You're live, but you don't see it. Hey, folks. This is your girl, Lotus Riche, with Lotus Richeignites, life coaching and consulting. I just want to thank you for being here with me today. I have a magnificent guest that's on the show with me today, and you are going to love the messages that he's going to be bringing to you. So make sure you stay tuned for the broadcast. So as we get started, just come on in and also bring a friend. Come on in and bring a friend because you are going to want to hear this broadcast today. Come on in, get a pad and a pen, bring a friend and bring a frenemy as well. Hi. I'm so happy you're here. Come on in. Get in where you're fitting because I always have room right around my table for you. So come on in and bring a friend and also tell a frenemy. So make sure as you come in, you put a number 1 in the comment bar below so that we know that you're here. And also let us know where you're coming from because we want to know where you're at, so that we can make sure we keep our broadcasts coming to where you are. So with so much going on with COVID-19 and so many other things going on in the country, we have people who are having big challenges and just getting themselves prepared properly for what's going on in the wake of COVID-19, but also as we emerge from COVID-19, because as you know, there are many cities that are beginning to open up. So with that being said, there are so many questions, and many of the questions that I get day in and day out is, okay, what am I going to do now? What can I do right in the mid of COVID while some of us are still locked down to enhance and broaden my horizons? How can I stay calm amid the COVID? How can I find ways to upbrand myself and make myself better? That's a lot of the questions. So if you are experiencing some of those same questions, I want you to come on in, because I got a great show for you today. And this is a special show, and we're going to give you some special information to help ignite you so that you can ignite and take flight. But not only you, make sure you share this message, share, like, and make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel, ring the bell, but also start a watch party right here on my Facebook channel. So many of you have been saying, Lotus, you were on with Raymond Aaron talking about the summit that he had, and he had so many different people on there to help people to upbrand themselves and to recreate themselves, because many of you know a lot of the companies that were in place before the lockdown transpired will no longer even exist once we rise out of the COVID. Many of these companies have shut their doors, which means many people have to reinvent themselves. It's almost like reinventing the wheel. But guess what? You don't have to reinvent the wheel, because each week I bring wonderful people. They're global trainers, speakers, and mind mastering strategists to help you change about the way you think. Because when you change what you think really changes. So if you're having any thoughts of lack and you don't see the abundance, stick around, because I'm going to share some tips with you today that's going to help you explode and extend your territory. So as I say that, come on in, and go ahead and comment. Put a number 1 in the comment below, and I'll make sure I acknowledge any comments that you have. So during the broadcast, I always ask folks, please make sure you bring something nice to drink. So today I've got a cup of water with me, and I was finishing breakfast earlier, so some of you may have a cup of coffee. So right now I'm going to take a sip while you come on in, share, like, and tell a friend. That's great. And yes, I'm going to have some cold water right behind it. So as you come on in, let us know where you're from. I'm always seeing folks come from Ohio, the Philippines, New Zealand, Australia, and all over the globe. But today I have a magnificent gentleman here. He's a 5-time international author. Some people even call him the author maker. So if you're looking to write your book, you definitely want to stick around for this broadcast. And if you don't have a pen and paper yet, what are you waiting for? Go get a pen and paper, because he's going to drop some serious nuggets and give some freebies. Now, we've got some secret things we're going to be talking about here today too. So make sure you stick around throughout the total broadcast, because it's gonna uplift you and it's gonna upbrand you. So many of you have heard of my book that I co-authored with a phenomenal gentleman, and I know many of you were saying, well, Lotus, how did you get in a book with people like Raymond Aaron and all these magnificent stars? How? It was through a mastermind effect that I joined forces with Robert J. Moore. That's right. That's what I said. Robert J. Moore is our guest here today. And as you come on in, guess who's about to come in to help you win? This is Robert J. Moore. Hey, Robert, how you doing?
How are you? Hey, how are you?
I'm so wonderful. So it is so good to see you. I'm so happy that you're here. We're telling folks to come on in, and let's win with Robert J. Moore, because you are here to share some wonderful things about yourself and just share and shine your light across the planet. So thank you for being here, Robert. And if you would,
definitely a pleasure. Definitely. Yeah.
Some folks don't know you, so why don't you tell them who you are, besides the fact that you're a 5-time international award winner, you're a best-selling author. Just tell them a little bit more about yourself.
Well, I mean, years ago, I was sitting there looking at how I can move ahead in life. And I just got tired of being the same old author, same old bestseller, same old speaker, and same old whatever. Everybody seems to be at the same level when you're at that level. So I said, How can I do things differently? So one of the things I do differently is I think outside the box of all the other people. And I do the things that people are scared to do. I jump right in. It doesn't matter what it takes. I jump right in. For instance, check this out.
That's the Guinness World Record, isn't it?
That's right.
Oh, wow. Tell us a little bit about that.
I decided I wanted to do something different. I looked online. It was just a coincidence. I found that. And I said, okay, what am I going to do with the Guinness World Record? I said, wouldn't that be nice? I've always dreamt of, read their books while growing up. I said, that'd be kind of cool to be in. And I said, well, let me see what I can do. Now, 3 times, they told me to piss off basically 3 times. They said, no, we don't want nothing to do with what you're talking about. This is exactly what they said. And they're pretty blunt with their words and hardcore to deal with. One of the things they said to me is you have to be unique. We have 50,000 applications come in, only take 1,000.
Wow.
I said, okay, let me try one more time. I tried one more time, and they said, the thing was you had to have 115 or more authors signing the same book simultaneously. That was the award for, right? So I said, I got this. I said, I'm a publisher. I said, just to let you know, I don't know if I told you this before, but I'm a publisher. And they said, okay. Now, what happened was I had to sit with 12 people at the board on the phone. And I had to convince every single one of those 12 people that I was the right fit for that award to move forward. And it cost me money every time I get on the phone. Don't kid yourself. It cost me money. And next thing you know, they said, well, what are you going to do? Because they have to sign the same book simultaneously, but they all have to be authors in that book. I said, what a brilliant idea. You just gave me a beautiful idea, and I didn't know what to do at that point.
Mhm.
But then it just blew me. It was like that, clicked right on me. I said, I'll get all their bios, put it in the book. I'll print
Mhm.
the book, make sure I have some for sale that people want to come and buy some. And I said, I'll put it out there and then we can all sign the same book. They said, now we're talking.
Awesome.
Now we're talking.
Awesome.
They said, that's a beautiful thing. So when it got closer to the time now, I worked, no kid yourself, I worked 18 hours a day for almost 12 months.
Mhm.
I burnt myself out doing it, got really, really sick. I ended up getting the COVID because of it.
Mhm.
My immune system was so down. I mean, I'm still feeling tiny little bit of effects from it. And that's 2 months ago.
Wow.
But it was a pleasure to see the people come into the room that I was going to enhance. Now,
Yes.
here's the thing. If I was being selfish, I would have done it in my name.
Right.
I didn't do it in my name.
Mhm.
I did the world record in my business name. Myself, I'm only a participant.
Mhm.
My company, which I own, that's where it makes me the world holder because I still own the company, right, is the holder of it. So if I ever sell the business, I lose that title of world holder. I just become participant.
Right. And you know, Robert, I'm sorry. So Robert, I think that's great because you're always looking to up-brand people. So I really want to thank you for doing that because it took 125 lives and really changed the trajectory of some of the things that they were doing. And it really did expand their territory. So with that being said, folks, I always ask people why they chose to come on my platform because, you know, it's really important that you know that they're here, not for me and not just for themselves, but for you. So what inspired you today to come on the platform?
Well, you know what? I like your energy. I like your energy. You and I do a lot of work together behind the scenes that nobody knows about. And part of that work is the fact of your energy. And I mean, our personalities are right there together. Right. So, I mean, you love dealing with people in a different way. My business is missing that part of it. So we're collaborating on different ways of doing things to up-brand each other and others.
Exactly.
So when I sit there and see, like when I was on stage and I seen that we won the Guinness World Record, but the thing is, it wasn't just me winning. It was 126 people in that room. I'm one of them that actually won together. So now I up-branded 126 people in one day. And you want to know something fantastic? We didn't just break one award. They told me we broke 5.
Yes.
But I'm only allowed to apply for the one at the time. Like, I mean, they wouldn't even tell me basically. I mean, if you think of it, I sold online. I had to sell 100 copies online in order to be there. So 2 weeks before the event actually happened, I actually released the book and put it online. It was rushing. I was forgetting people in the book. I'd update it and do this. But I sold 1,400 copies in one night. Because of the people are in it and the support I had, 1,400 copies in one night, and made us #1 bestseller in 5 different categories and many different countries.
So listen, that's remarkable. That's remarkable. And a lot of people don't get to do that in a lifetime, but you've gotten to do that in a lifetime. And I would imagine that you'll do some other magnificent feat that will gain another Guinness World Record and really share it with the world.
I'm not really interested in the world record, I'll be honest with you. I mean, you know what? I love the idea of it. I won't go in there doing it by myself if I did do it.
Yes.
See, 2 years ago, what I did was I fired all my entire staff. Right? And the reason why I did that is because I wanted to up-brand myself by learning all the flaws of my business.
Right.
I don't recommend anybody do that because unless they're really serious about their business.
Right.
It was hardcore. It was hardcore. I had to learn so much, do a lot of different flaws. I had to sit there and anchor this out, anchor that out, but I know them now. So now I'm starting to hire people back on to do certain jobs.
Right.
And they're doing the right thing. This one behind me, the banner behind me, I actually did that one by myself too. That was the first in Canadian history Magnetic Entrepreneur Author Awards. It was a gala style. It was a knock out of the park. I had some of the top people in the world here.
And I know you're going to have some upcoming ideas and some wonderful events that you got coming up. So let me ask you this. We know about the Guinness World Record. We know about your ability to help people help themselves learn new creative ways to upbrand. So tell us a little bit more about some of your books that you authored. Can you tell us what inspired you to author so many books in such a short amount of time?
Yeah, I've gotten 36 books, 460 different co-authors right now. But some of them, I'll be honest with you, some of them I did, and it cost me a lot of money with different people because of the fact that if I want to upbrand myself in order to upbrand others. It's called leveraging. So when I did a book with Kyle Wilson, Todd Steinemeyer, and all these famous people, it just so happened that it brought me to a new level. So now I have something I could talk about, and I get all these famous people doing the forwards for these books. And it's just unbelievable the people that are coming forward to willing to help others out in a state of mind like that. So when I write a book, I put a title on it. It's always Magnetic Entrepreneur, as you see behind me. But the thing is, I put a subtitle on it. So it could be for a vision. It could be like the newest one I got out, COVID-19, the lockdown. What are people talking about their lockdown? Have you survived it? What did you go through with it in the lockdown? Maybe you're about to go bankruptcy over it because of this. Maybe you're enhanced because of it. I personally enhanced. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I enhanced because of it, because I know the online world.
And I think also the word that you used earlier, leveraging. We have to know how to leverage what we already have. And if we know what we already have, that can help us to expound on what we have so that we can kind of recreate ourselves if we must. So I'm happy that you use that word leveraging. So if you understand, if you are out there and you are leveraging yourself, I want you to put a 2 in the comment bar below. Let me know that you're leveraging. Let me know that you're leveraging, but also let me know how you're leveraging, because it's super important to understand and share with people how you're leveraging. So come on in and win right here today with Robert Moore, because we are talking about how to become in the midst of COVID, but still upbrand yourself. And today we just talked about leveraging. Leveraging is super important, because if you lose your job, or if you decide that you don't want to go back to the job because it's just not a good fit for you anymore, you need to know ways to leverage what you already have. So with that being said, Robert, I kind of want to shift gears here, because I know that you teach people how to write books, you teach people how to get on stages with folks, but most importantly, you talked about your upcoming book, and we're going to go back to that upcoming book, COVID-19, what people have done within the lockdown. But what I want to know is this little secret thing that I heard a couple of weeks ago about the fact that you're with a record label now out of Canada. And I understand it's with a kind of huge record label. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, yeah, for sure. I mean, there was one of the girls at my event, and she just so happened she was one of the first girls that got up and spoke at my event at the World Record one. And I've been coaching her for a little bit. I knew she was doing the music, and she was an artist and that. And it just goes from there. And next thing you know, I'm helping her out. And I guess her manager is really liking what I'm doing. So when her manager's really liking what I'm doing, he kind of reached out to me after a while after the event and says, listen, you know what? I've been watching you, man. I love the way you do business. And he says, as a matter of fact, I'm actually looking for someone that knows business. So we got talking. We get to say, okay, what kind of business you're looking for? What kind of stuff? What kind of, I need to know the ins and outs of what you're looking for. And so we got talking in that. So next thing you know, I became the COO and the director of the company of Rock Solid Entertainment, right? It's a record label, and we bring on so many different people. We manage different bands, and we're bringing on more managers as we go, and it's just powerful stuff, man. It's just powerful. Here you are being brought up with some of the biggest names out there like Cinderella, for crying out loud, Megadeth, and that. Just a couple, for example, that I use. Probably because I've already talked to these people. Sean Drover, he's a drummer for Megadeth. He actually did a video thanking me and congratulating me for being a part of the record label. And I thought, well, this is cool. Here's a guy I was brought up with listening to, and he's talking to me like this. So I thought, well, yeah, that's pretty cool, you know. And then you got Gary Benedetta. He was a lead guitarist for Cinderella. You know, I'm on Facebook with him. We're talking. It's like, wow, this is kind of cool. And his wife's on there, and it's like, well, it's all right, you know. But at the same thing, you have to realize, no matter how big someone gets in life, they're only doing a job, right? They're only being more recognized. That's why you're putting them on the pedestal. A lot of people put me on the pedestal. I'm the exact same as everybody else out there, except I'm being more recognized because of different things I'm doing.
Exactly.
Oh,
exactly. So really quickly, I want to say hi to so many of the folks that are here. I want to say hi to Emma Jeffrey all the way out of Tokyo, Japan. Jennifer McNeil, hey, good to see you out of Augusta, Georgia. Robert, Dr. Leah Redding, all the way out of Germany, good to see you. And Tiki Davis, hey Tiki, good to see you. Thanks for joining us. And William Horso, good to see you. Great to have you here. And I think, William, let us know where you're visiting us from. I think he's in the UK. Angela Elting, great to have you here, all the way from Washington, D.C. And of course, Maria Miguel, thank you for joining us. Let us know where you're coming from. And those of you that's coming in, come on in, come on in. Tell a friend and tell a frenemy that you're here. And we're going to be sharing some fantastic information with you from the magnificent Robert J. Moore. He's the CEO of Magnetic Entrepreneur. He's a 5-time international author, and he is a serial entrepreneur. So we've got some great information to share with you. Oh my gosh, Dr. Sandra Brooks, good to see you. So happy to have you here on the broadcast today. Oh yeah, William, thank you. Thank you. William is here from the UK. Good to see you. And Ruth Verby. Hey, Ruth. Awesome time to see you here today. Ruth is coming out of Canada, and Mrs. Lena Taylor all the way out of Baltimore, Maryland. Great to have you here. Medea Cantelar, good to see you. Another phenomenal author and speaker all the way out of Canada. Just so many people coming in. Deshaun Johnson, good to see you. Nikki Hammer, Merel, good to see you all the way from Australia. Good to see you. Nikki, where are you coming in from? Let us know. And gosh, Lee, okay, there you go. Nikki told me she's coming from Chicago. Good to see you. Good to see you. Lee Owen, hey there. Bowie, Maryland, good to see you. And Frank Chutz all the way from Nigeria, Africa. It's so good to have you here with us. And Sean Siegel out of Ohio, great to see you. So many folks just coming in. Linda Walker, phenomenal author. Good to see you, Linda. Let us know where you're coming in. And there we have, hey, Robert, we've got the host of Live with Larry out of North Carolina. He's on with us. And Matthew Hammond, another phenomenal speaker. He's on deck with us. And just so many folks streaming in. If I don't get to call your name, just take it for love. But I'm so happy that you're here. And as we move forward with the broadcast, I'll be seeing more of you and shouting you out. And Takako Matsudaira, she's a phenomenal translator all the way out of Japan. It is so good to see you. Emma Jeffries, she's in Tokyo. And I think, where's Takako right now? She's in Japan, but let's see. Kobe, that's right. She's out of Kobe, Japan. Good to see you. Good to see you. So, Robert, we have people streaming in from all over the place. So as you come in, come on in. Give us some thumbs up, some hearts. Let us know where you're coming from. If you haven't tagged, shared, and started a watch party yet, go ahead and start a watch party, because we're getting ready to really get in and dive deep into nuggets, because Robert, he shared with us that he's a 5-time international bookseller, author. He is the author maker, and that's what I call him, the author maker, okay? But also, he's also talked about this new record label that he's been able to become a part of right there in Canada. So if you're looking for a record deal, you're looking for a manager, make sure you text me right in the comment below and let me know, and I'll hook you up with Robert J. Moore. But also, Robert's got some spectacular stuff coming up. And some of this stuff is a secret, but Robert said he would come on my show today and break the silence and talk about it. So let's talk about, it seems like every day you're doing something wonderful, and in the mid of COVID, and that's why we're here. We're talking about how to be calm in the midst of COVID and still up brand. So a lot of you are authors, a lot of you are entrepreneurs, a lot of you are wanting to become entrepreneurs. So today we're giving you more tips and ideas and strategies to use to help you help yourself ignite and take flight. So Robert, in the wake of COVID, many of us have been locked down all over the globe. And you see, we've got people from Australia, the Netherlands, Nigeria, Africa, and just all over Japan. We got Emma Jeffries. She's huge in the music industry herself. And I tell you, we have got people in almost every walk of life and in every facet of business here with us today. So how have you been able to be in the lockdown in COVID, but still persevere and continue to recreate things to help people make more money? Because at the end of the day, many people are really wanting to know, how are they making more money? So how are you doing it? Because I know you got a summit coming up. So how did you create that in the midst of this?
Well, I'm doing the summit at the same time now. I'm going to back it up a bit.
Mm-hmm.
I was an alcohol and drug addict for a lot of years.
Yes.
So it gave me a lot of time when I was getting sober and clean. I was foggy on my thinking. So I went to school and I got a lot of education. And now I didn't get this education to please anybody on here. I'll be honest with you, I didn't get it for any reason at all, but to figure out why I was acting the way it was, why the behavior was the way it was, and how to better myself to become a better person for people to see, because I got tired of being on the front page for saying the wrong thing.
Yes.
Right? And they're writing the wrong things about me. My dad said there's two ways of being noticed: the way I was going at the time, or the way I am now. Right? And he says that's only two ways of being noticed. Now, I'm over 14 years clean and sober, but in that 14 years, I accumulated a lot of stuff. Mm-hmm. I went and got my social service worker diploma, my addictions degree, my BA in psychology, my master's in counseling psychology, harm reduction, mental health crisis. I've won numerous awards like honorary doctorate degree. I've won the best-selling author. I've flown all over the world for different things. And I was luxury enough because I got to critique me, but I still debriefed with someone every 2 weeks.
Right.
Right. Now, that was that part there. But in order to be a business person, I had to clear up all that stuff and think now, how yes. I don't want to be in that position. I had to learn my why. My why is right here. I got my wife, my children here. I got to supply for them. I can't make myself go minimum than a certain amount a month because I have to supply for, I got to do the rent, get the bills. They all accumulate. So you have to do what you have to do to make sure they're covered. So when I got the minimum, it doesn't matter if you go over. I love going over. Don't worry about that. That's great, right? But when you have the minimum, you got to make sure you're up in the morning. I sometimes up 4 o'clock in the morning. Go. Sometimes I'm right till 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm still up at 4. But it's a passion I have that I don't feel like I'm working. The passion drives me to help other people because I know it's like when I was in their spot. Now I help people on different levels of spectrum. I help famous people. I have a lot of different celebrities that are well known. I've helped. I've also helped people that are going bankruptcy through the COVID right now. 2 or 3 people that I know personally, they were on the verge of going bankruptcy. I told them just to wait. Give me 3 months. Give me 3 months, and I'll walk them through a process. They did find the money to hire me, and I'm helping them out, get more notice in different ways online. They were never online before. Mm-hmm. They never got recognized through seriously, guys, I'm 6 figures on Facebook alone. Facebook alone, 6 figures. Can you imagine what I'm doing in person? Can you imagine what I'm doing on YouTube? Can you imagine what I'm doing on all these other places? And this is the reason why. It's because I'm giving not just the content, but I'm giving the solution to a problem that you guys are facing. That's the key thing. Give a solution. Once a person knows a solution, they're going to say, well, this guy knows a bit about this. I'm going to go to him and maybe get some answers.
Right. And so I love that you said that, because a lot of people often say, some of the best speakers, some of the best trainers on the planet always say, find solutions to problems. And oftentimes when we try to find solutions to our problems, it often comes off of the wings of collaboration. So it's great for people to collaborate. So if you haven't written this down yet, get your pen, get your pad, because we're dropping some serious nuggets here. First of all, we want to share with you, you've got to get clear about your purpose. Get clear about your purpose and what you want to do, and learn your why, because your why can drive you when everything else fails. Your why can drive you. And then make sure when you're finding out your why, you're finding out your passion, see if your passion is mixed with a way to find a solution for a problem that so many people are having. Because right here in the midst of COVID, there are so many problems, like Robert just shared. He knows people who are losing their homes because of foreclosures, bankruptcies, and things like that. And this, if you will, Robert, I want to ask your thoughts on this, and I want to ask our viewers. Do you remember 2009, 2008, 2009? Do you think this is kind of similar in that it's affecting us financially? If you think it's affecting us like our history dictates, put a 4 in the comments below if you think it's affecting us financially. So Robert put a 4 up there. Thank you so much. So with that being said,
you got to be prepared. I mean,
all right.
Like Tony Robbins said before, he made more money when people were crashing. He made more money. And I hate to say it. I'm making more money when people are crashing right now, but I'm helping them get up. You know, even famous people you would never think of. I can name a few names now, but I don't want to do that on here. Just take my word for it that some of the high people that you think are really, really high are struggling in different ways too.
Yes.
You know, I could tell you that it doesn't matter what level you're at. There's always someone that knows something more about the stuff you're doing or want to lead into. Not a lot of people know about everything that we're doing. If I'm the smartest person in the room, I get the hell out of there. I mean, I want to learn from people that have already reached different goals, and that it could be someone that's just, maybe they're brand new. Maybe they know more about the stuff than me. So I'll go to them. Exactly. I will support the underdog in any which way I can. Right? I will support them in any which way I can. If I see maybe they do podcasts better than I do, because I don't do podcasts. I hire people to do podcasts for me.
Exactly.
The magnetic entrepreneur. What I see is, if they're doing it better than me, let them do the job. It takes away from me the stuff I don't have to worry about doing. People are doing newsletters. I got people doing my newsletters. Stephanie Richer, she's doing an amazing job on that. She's been working for me for 1.5 years. She's got another year on with her schooling and that. So, I mean, we're going to be doing some hardcore learning on different values and different things that she has to do. Plus, she's actually helping me out with my other business at the same time. So I get both business she's helping me out with, and I'm really training her hardcore. But one thing you guys got to understand is it's tough love. I'm the kind of person, I don't care about your emotions at the time. I care about your business. Your business will bankrupt you. Your emotions won't. Your emotions will destroy your intelligence if you don't get it right. But I was a therapist for 14 years, right? So I can help you with both at the same time.
Awesome. Awesome. I love that. I love that. I love that. So with that being said, folks, I'm gonna throttle back for a quick minute, Robert, and we're gonna look at some of the comments. Now, for some reason, there's something going on with the stream, so I can't put all of your comments up top, but it's okay. Yeah, but I see I've got my phone and other computers, and I see you guys streaming in left and right, and I so appreciate it. And so Bobby Gilbert, it's good to see you. Happy to have you here. Marielle, all the way from Australia, said it is very important to be solution focused.
Yeah.
Solution focused. If you think that it's important to be solution focused, put a 5 in the comment below. And
Yeah,
I'm
use
going
your
to ask
side,
you this.
use your side with a 5 and my side with a 5. Now,
Exactly.
just to briefly interrupt you,
Mhm,
I've learned through psychology, it was Kim Sue Berg out of
mhm.
Detroit. She was focused solution, right? Anytime you look at the focus, the
Mhm.
solution, right? You have to look at the problem on hand, forget the negative, and try and do better. Because
Exactly.
if you try and achieve, you're overpowering the negative.
Right.
Right?
That's true.
Remember that when you're sitting there trying to get negative or banging your head on against the wall because you're not doing the right thing, try and tweak it a bit. Try and do one thing different. You can achieve it.
That's true. I concur with that. And I also want to say that, hey,
Oh, there's the comments coming in now.
all right, fantastic. So special hello to Noah MacArthur. He's a financial strategist. He's brilliant. He was on my show earlier in the week. And I want to say thank you for joining, but I want to say this as well. Noah MacArthur said, preparing properly prevents poor performance, which I totally concur with, because at the end of the day, there's a sequence that you have to follow in order for you to be successful. And if you don't follow that sequence, you're probably not going to do very well. And you've got to plan, prepare, and you've got to take action. And we talked about this earlier in the week. And then I also want to go right to a couple other comments. We've got several 5s coming in. Wendy Fortel 4, good to see you. Excellent to see you. Say hi to Aaron, for your husband. Tell him hello for us. And hey there to Lois. Great that we're having you here. And so many folks are just streaming in. And for those of you, oh, wait, I just think I saw, hey there, Rosemary Sanchez. Rosemary Sanchez, is great to see you as well. And I got to tell you, folks, oh, wait, Ashley out of Augusta, Georgia. Good to see you, Ashley, good to see you. So I want to say, folks, if you believe that you have to plan, prepare, and take action, go ahead and put a 6 in the comment below, because Robert is sharing with us that it takes more than just saying I'm going to do something. You really got to move into action. And those of you that are not taking notes for these gems that Robert is dropping, I highly recommend go ahead and take some notes, because we've shared that he's a 5-time international author. He's an author maker, but not only that, he's a part of a wonderful record label out of Canada. So if you're an artist and you're looking to get your music out there, he's the man you want to see. But most importantly, note takers are money makers. If you don't take notes, how are you going to invest in yourself? You've got to believe and invest in yourself if you're going to make it. You've got to plan, prepare, and take action. And you've got to collaborate. So let's get right back to what you talked about on collaboration, because you talked about the fact that you were a drug user for a long time, you rehabbed yourself, and then your life started turning around. And as your life started turning around, you started meeting so many people who, one, they helped upbring you and you helped upbring them. So why is it so important for people to collaborate with people?
Well, I mean, first of all, collaboration is a way of learning. I mean, you can only think one way if you're doing it your way. So when you're looking at the situation, like me with the record label right now, he's actually out of the UK. The main label's out of the UK. I'm in Canada, right? So I'm structuring it out here, and he's out there. So I'm going to go out there when this is all over, get a bunch of bands together and have some thought together. Now, but the thing is, here's the thing: collaboration, but 2 minds together is better than one, because there's a different, like you and I sitting there thinking we can collaborate, come up with some brilliant ideas. We can siphon through what does and don't work. You might know better on one section. I might know better on another. When it comes to the books, I don't just help people write books. I help them tell their story. Right. I help them bring their emotional story out and tell it the proper way. Not everybody wants to hear you walk from here to the kitchen. You could cut that part out. Right? You cut out half the other stuff that you have in there. People think it's important, but I had to study my audience before even doing, because I had put my first book out there and it didn't go nowhere. So I did something fancy. I studied for 6 months. I studied my audience. I asked them, now all this education, I thought, well, I'm going to be okay now. I get all this education. I'm very smart. I wasn't that smart because I wasn't giving the people what they needed.
Right.
So I had to say, the heck with the education, utilize the skills. And when I utilize those skills, guess what? Then I go on to all the people I worked with and ask them, what was your struggles? What was your tribulations? What did you do to get over that? So now I studied them for 6 months. Thousands of people. When I started doing that, and I started looking at people, and then I started really get to know the physiology of the different face expressions, the body languages, that's when I started changing things around. And that's when I started studying the top people in the world. And I studied 50, to this date, 50 of the top achievers in the world to be where I'm at today, to build the programs, to build the stuff that I need to help those people out.
Okay, I love that. So in a nutshell, one of the top things you want to do is be able to study your target audience. You need to be able to study them to know what they want. And you want to sell what they want to buy. You don't want to sell what you want to sell, because a lot of times the things that you want to sell, they're great, but sometimes people need something specific that you already have in your gifts of blessings that you can provide as a service. And that's when you want to ask your audience, what is it that they want to see? What is it that they want to have? What is it that they want to learn? And that's where you, again, will collaborate with your audience to find solutions to their problems. And so in June, Robert, I know that you are putting on an event that's going to help people add solutions where they don't have any ideas to solve the problems that they're dealing with today. So can you tell us a bit about the upcoming summit you have? What's the name of the summit? When is it going to be? And how can people get involved?
Yeah, always Magnetic Entrepreneur to start with, because of my company, right? So Magnetic Entrepreneur, COVID-19 Business Summit. It's an up-branding. Anything I do is always up-brand. Even just for an example, 2 weeks ago, maybe even a week ago, I was on a call with someone. It was right out of the blue. He said the words, the lockdown. You can't do much in the lockdown. I said, I got an idea. I said, normally charge $1,500 for a book. All right. And this gives me another idea while I'm on here. Holy man, I'm loving this. Okay. Now I called the book Magnetic Entrepreneur, COVID-19, the Lockdown. People get to talk about their story about the lockdown, right? What they went through. Did they go through bankruptcy? Did they achieve more? How'd they express themselves? How'd they get the help they needed? How'd they survive? Well, guess what? I put it up for $97 US. So I'm going to do a volume 2. If you guys are interested, I want to see a number 8. Number 8. If you're interested, I'll contact you for $97 US. You can get into a 2,000-word story. You put your word out there and you're connected with me. And I'm going to give you a little something else. The person that's doing the forward, John Chin, he happens to be the producer for Think and Grow Rich Legacy, the movie. That's who's doing the forward. So now to the event. The event is all about upbranding people. It's going to be all online. Normally, this is the event right here. I mix it with the award ceremony. Due to the fact of the circumstances, I separated the awards out of it. And I'm going to do that in person when things get better, likely November or whatever it may be. So I'll just keep the business part of it section together, and I'm going to make sure people really enjoy themselves. So I like outdoing myself. I don't like outdoing others. I like outdoing myself. So I'll go on paper. I'll say, this is what I like to see. But then I even go even bigger than that, right? I like to achieve bigger goals for myself. That way it can help other people enhance their lives.
Awesome. I love it. I love it. And so, as we know, we have got to leverage what we already have. And while we're leveraging what we already have, I want to leverage my ability to look at some of the comments in the feed. So here we have comments in the feed. Victor Jones. Hey, Victor, good to see you. Please let us know where you're coming in from. We are happy to have you. And the director, the phenomenal Vince Grassi, all the way out of PA, Vince Grassi. He is the director for This Town Won't Die. You got to make sure you check it out and make sure you see him on my upcoming broadcast. He's a phenomenal guy. Vince Grassi, fantastic. And we have, okay, I've said Noah. Okay, good. So many people are streaming in. And Marielle had a comment, and I want to make sure I get this comment in. Marielle said, collaboration harnesses the best in every party involved. So that means all of you. You are the involved party. It's going to harness the best things that you have to give. And then the other thing that she said is you need it to go to the next level. You can't do it on your own. If you want to grow or upscale your business, you've got to collaborate. And Victor Jones, all the way out of New Jersey. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you putting that in the feed all the way out of New Jersey. So, Marielle, I want to thank you for what you said because it is unequivocal. We have to be able to collaborate for us to be able to enhance our reach. So I definitely agree with you. So
just
Robert,
to go off that just a second there. That's a beautiful statement because I'll tell you something. When I was actually studying Eric Thomas, the hip hop preacher,
yes.
As a matter of fact, I was just talking to him the other day on the phone,
Yes.
and he always, one of his things he tells people is, if you're going through something and you're feeling the pain, try and find out why you're feeling that pain. What have you done emotionally attached to something that you're feeling that pain? And he says, you know what? As soon as you get over and push yourself, trudge through it, it's sweeter on the other side.
That's true.
I mean, it's called a learning experience. It's growth. You want that energy afterwards. So guess what? I don't care if you're going, look, I went through my brother's death after this event I just had.
Yep.
Everybody knows. They all got to meet him. Right. And I also went through my dad's death a little while ago. And that day was my mom's birthday, which has died. You know, like, I mean, these are all people that I don't have them more in my life, but I have them in my heart, body, and soul. And I cherish that because you know what? I know they're there watching me. But I'm not doing it for them. I'm doing it for me. I'm doing it for my family. I'm doing it so I can make sure I leave a legacy that is not ruined in the future.
That's right. And one way to leave your legacy and one way to get your message out and one way to help people is to have a platform. And if you don't have a platform, you don't have a power. And sometimes when you're trying to create a platform, you've got to collaborate with people who already have platforms and who can teach you how to create a platform. No matter what your platform is, your platform could be speaking, your platform could be helping widows get through being widows or widowers. Your platform could be a myriad of things, but make sure you have a platform because if you don't have a platform, you don't have your power. And I got to tell you, there's so many people out here right now in the midst of this thing. They are planning, they are preparing, but most importantly, they are taking action. So let me ask you, are you taking action? If you are taking action right now, right here today, if you're writing notes down because note takers are money makers, write in the platform below, in the box, in the feed, however you want to put it, write down if you are planning and preparing right here today and you are taking action, write down action. Put action down in the comment bar below. Action, action, action. Rosemary Sanchez said, exactly right, Lotus. Thank you so much. Yes. And we've got some 8s. I see William put an 8 in the feed. So thank you so much, William. William is on board and he's doing what he needs to do to upshore himself and upbrand himself. You know why?
Guys, I only have like 10 spots left. If you want in at the $97 US, I'm telling you right now that it'll never happen again. This is a one-time deal. I never charged this low before. And you know what? I'm only doing it to help those people out because of the COVID. That is important right now because people are struggling with money. I've even lowered my fees for coaching because you know what? I'll be honest with you. I've done exceptionally well in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Exceptionally well. It's okay if I lose a few bucks here and there. When I see that smile on that person's face, man, that's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. Just to know I helped that person out, give the guidance. You know, I remember Les Brown's daughter. I was coaching her for a while, and she said she would have never got that far as she did right now without me coaching her, because I was soft at pushing her, soft at poking her, soft at letting her know, hey, I'm still here. You know, and she even came all the way to Canada and spoke on my stage, and she'd never done that before. She was so used to the ways her father taught her. I had to break her father's ways of her so she could be herself, her own personality.
That's Les Brown's daughter. That's who you're talking about, right? Yeah. The phenomenal lady. Yeah, she's a phenomenal lady. So fantastic. So listen, we're talking about your summit, your up-branding summit, the summit that's called Magnetic Entrepreneur COVID-19 Summit Up Branding. Now, I know there's some other heavy hitters in the summit.
Oh, wow.
And when you and I talked about breaking this news on my broadcast, you and I talked about some of those heavy hitters. But I'm not gonna let the secret out. I'm gonna let you let the secret out. So tell us who else you got coming. I know one person, his first name starts with an R and his last name starts with an A. Is that right? Is he going to be part of it?
You talk the first one, I'll do the second one. How's that?
Okay, fantastic. So let me tell you who one of the speakers are going to be. Man, I'm going to put it right here for you down below so you can see it. All right. One of the speakers that he's going to have just did a wonderful summit called the World Prosper Summit, and his name is Raymond Aaron. Raymond Aaron will be one of the speakers in the upcoming Magnetic Entrepreneur COVID-19 Summit Up Branding. Raymond Aaron will.
What is he though? He's a New York Times bestselling author, top 10.
Exactly.
Top 10 New York Times.
Not only the top 10 New York bestselling author, he's also an international best-selling author, and he also has written, I think, over 132 books. And he's got a new book coming out with an up-and-coming explosive speaker, because I just saw the preview of the book the other day that I know that he has coming on. And you know, Raymond's been on my show a couple of times, and it's just been phenomenal, and he's always got so many wonderful nuggets to share. And he just had I won't say all of them, but many of the authors of The Secret, he had on his show recently, or his summit recently. Right. So I know he's going to come and bring some explosive tips and training with him when he comes. So thanks for letting me share that.
I got this one here. I'm hiding and I'm waiting to get out eventually. That's one of my ones, my biggest ones I'm doing right now.
Awesome.
I was just by myself.
Awesome. So who do we have next coming up? What other powerful speakers do you have coming?
You want to write it down?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm ready.
Okay, write down. How about this? Les Brown's daughter, Serena Brown Travis. She's going to be speaking. You know, like everybody knows Les Brown.
Yes.
But to know his daughter's personality, she's actually stepping up to the plate. She's actually becoming herself. She's actually wrote a few books. She wrote quite a few books for myself. And it's very powerful. She's a very good speaker, you know, and she's well liked. She's well liked. I mean, a lot of people like her because of Les Brown, for one.
Yes.
But she wanted to separate that from what she's doing now.
Right.
So it allows her to have her own personality. But I mean, that's a big name to separate from. Either way, you're still going to be told. Either way, you're going to still hear all your Les Brown's daughter. You're still going to hear that. She's okay with all that.
Yes.
She just wanted to put her own personality twist on it, which is what she's doing. And I'm loving her for that. She's great. Awesome people. You got Armin Morin, the top strategist in the world.
Awesome.
Right? And he's the most sought out person for marketing in any place in the world. I've been at his masterminds before. He's had spoken on my stage before. Absolutely amazing person.
And is it Armin? ARMOND?
ARMAND Moran.
Moran, right?
Yeah.
All right. So
I am.
With that being said, you guys don't. Wow, you're already starting off with some heavy hitters that we already know is going to just bring a phenomenal load of information. So those of you that's coming in, come on in, come on in. I still see a bunch of folks still streaming in. Oh my God. Oh my God. And Ruth Verby says, it works. Just do it. Action, action, action. Merel, put it down there. And Cordella Gafer is watching. Hey, Cordella, it's good to see you. Please let us know where you're chiming in from. And I love your beautiful red head covering. You look beautiful. Thank you. Good to see you. So who else is coming in? Because I know there are more people coming in that you've not even shared yet.
Yeah, you're right. Well, you see, once again, I just don't want to make a summit. I want to change things around to mind boggle you people and give you guys the results you're looking for. I'm keeping it so darn cheap, man. You guys aren't even going to believe this. Okay, let's just go on with the next speaker that day before I get on to the featured speaker. And I'm going to tell you something. It's mind-blowing stuff. Lori A. McNeil. All right, she's Lori McNeil International, but she's also one of the speakers that did the tour with Think and Grow Rich.
Right.
So I mean, it's pretty powerful stuff to have someone that level. We sit there, get on the phone, we giggle, we laugh, and I mean, we sit there and help each other out all the time. She's actually one of my teachers in one of my programs I'm doing right now, helping people out. And she's more than willing to be there, and and just she loves what I'm doing and how I'm doing it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I love it. And Lori is a very well-known author, incredible and powerful speaker, trainer. So that's so great. I'm so happy to hear that she's going to be a part of it. And see, this is the thing that I love. And this is why we say collaborate, because if we don't collaborate, oftentimes we wouldn't be able to bring you guys this type of information, this impactful and powerful information to help you help yourself level up and make sure you up brand as you are in COVID, so that when you're coming out of the COVID lockdown, you're already empowered, you're already inspired, you're already encouraged, and you've already ignited and taken flight. Why? Because you're learning how to recreate yourself right in the lockdown. And that's powerful, really powerful. So who else do we have coming?
Well, like I said, I like doing things differently. So that will take care of the regular speakers. Now, for that one day, just the one day, the first day. Now, I'm going to do something different that I had to make sure I had the right people for what I'm about to do, because I want to blow this out of the water. I want to make sure you guys get the fulfill of the money you're going to put out there, and make sure there's enough people to be engaged in what's going on. I don't know if you ever heard of him before. His name is Kyle Wilson, Jim Rohn's ex-business partner of 18 years. He's the one that got Jim Rohn so high up there. He's the one that I wrote a book with myself. He's the one that upbranded me several ways. He's the one that this guy's amazing, man. Kyle Wilson has his own inner circle with multimillionaires. He sits there and took Jim Rohn from doing maybe 14 or maybe even 40 different events a year to 180 in a year. Right?
And what's Kyle's last name?
Kyle
Williams, right?
What?
Kyle Williams?
No, Wilson.
Wilson.
No,
That's right. All right, fantastic.
Yeah, I've actually wrote a book with him over here. Don't Quit. Mark Hansen did the forward on it for us. We had some very serious people in there. There's some very top-notch people in that book.
It's awesome.
Yeah. The other thing I want to mention too, that basically will conclude the one day, me doing the interview with him for an hour and a half. But what it's going to do is going to give you guys nuggets how to move forward. I'm going to ask some questions that are going to really get deep in there and let him answer them to make sure you guys have a clear understanding of where it goes. Now, the thing is, I'm not going to speak on day 1 or day 2, but I'm going to talk about day 2 in a few seconds. But the reason why I'm not going to speak is because if those people come in and they pay, there's 2 prices. One's $25. That's it. $25, guys, for 2 days. I mean, that is one of the cheapest things I've ever heard. $25. Now, the other one's $87. If you get into $87, you're going to love this. I'm going to give you a free copy of my upcoming book, right? I'll give you the PDF copy or whatever when it wants us to do, or maybe I'll invite you in a book. Who knows? Who knows with me? I like doing
awesome.
And I'll give you a 4-hour mastermind a week after with special guests.
Wow. 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 Wow.
You know?
Wow. I love it. So
that's $87 a set. There's only 100 people invited in that one. So if you get the VIP, I think there's like 97 tickets left or 93 tickets left. So, I mean, they're starting to move, and I'm just moment right now, I'm just putting it out there. So I know a few people that already knew about this, and they're already jumped on it because they believe in me. Right?
Exactly.
They believe in what I can give and believe what I can help. And $87, you'd never get that on a regular day with me.
Exactly. So someone go ahead and put it in the feed. The $25 ticket. You can start getting your tickets today. You can inbox me right here. I do have a link for you that you can go. Yeah, you can go right here, and I posted it on my page earlier. You can use my link and go and get yours. And yes, if you want to know, yes, I'm an affiliate. I just affiliated with him today, this morning, right before the broadcast. I got on the affiliate because I want to be able to help you click on and do this thing. And will I make an earning from it? Yes. I'm looking for ways to up brand and continue my brand. But also, guess what? You can become an affiliate as well. You can become an affiliate. And Robert, can you tell folks how?
Simply put, just get a hold of one of us. Let us know you want to be affiliate. Any sales I get, I mean, I get 20% of all sales. I mean, if it's $25, you get $5. I mean, you bring in 40, 50 people. That's a lot of different people. But at the same time, I'm also at the very end, the new business that I have, I'm going to get 25% of what's going on with this here because he's a sponsor of this. I'm going to get 25% to the business over there to help out enhance that business.
I love that because even in this, you're still seeking out ways to help people. So if you didn't get the opportunity to copy this down, I'll give you that, copy it down, but also you can IM me and I'll send you the link. You can go right to it. And also after the broadcast, I will push the link again for you to get it because it's crucial that you're able to not only up brand, but also be able to expand your territory and make more money. And if you are an affiliate of the upcoming COVID-19 summit, okay, the Magnetic Entrepreneur COVID-19 Summit, the up branding, you will also have another way to experience a residual income. Now, some people may say, oh, I'll get 20% or whatever. It's only $5. It's only $10. Well, guess what? It's dollars that will add to your territory. It's dollars that will add to your residual income.
When you say it that way, people are going to say, it's just a few bucks. Armin Morin, when he talks, he's going to tell you his strategies. He started off with $1.83 in his pocket. $1.83 in his pocket. Now, the guy's the most sought out person in the world. And not only that, his business is cumulated $200 million.
Wow, that's amazing.
$1.83. So you just sit there and say, oh, it's only a few bucks. But you know what? Not only is it only a few bucks going to you, it's a few bucks going to Rock Solid. Not only that, this goes without saying, I always help with Ontario. There's a spot called Feed It Forward. It helps out with the people that are unfortunate enough to be able to have a meal. I always donate a couple $100 or whatever to that. Always.
Yes.
I would make sure he has a couple, has some money to and my business to make sure that he's feeding someone. It makes me feel good because I was homeless before and I did eat out of the garbage cans. I had no business eating out of the garbage cans, but I did.
Yeah. And I love your transparency. So come on in, folks. We are at the top of the hour, actually 5 minutes past the hour, and we're about to close our broadcast, but we want you to come on in and get in where you fit in, and make sure you like, share, and also go to my YouTube page, like, share, and ring the bell. And don't forget to go to Robert J. Moore YouTube page as well. Like, share, and ring that bell. But while you're here, make sure you share this with your family, your co-workers, your friends, and even your frenemies, that this upcoming summit is coming in June. Robert, can you tell them when the summit is going to be? And also, for those who are just coming on, tell them when it's going to be, where it's going to be, and what the cost, and how they can get in touch with me.
Simply put, I mean, it's going to be online. It's an online summit. That's what they call the summit part. It's 2 days. I'm going to probably start at 10 a.m., close at 5, roughly around the same time. I'm going to have 10 minutes in between each speaker, so you can get up, use a bathroom, have a coffee, or do the sales, or if you want to do a sale, whatever it may be. It's going to all be online. I believe I'm going to use Zoom as my platform. I've already been talking to them. We're working out a deal. And I also just want to give you a little tiny taste of what's going to happen on day 2, because we haven't talked about that. Day 2 is just very simple. Bruce Urban, he's an 8-time winning media expert. He's a media expert, guys. 8-time. He's the one that helped me get to where I'm at today. I also want to say Tim Burt. He's an international marketing and message expert. He's done his revenue's done over 500 million. All right. And then we have Jennifer Gilmore. If you don't know who she is, Jeffrey Gilmore's wife. Right? It's a very big name because a little red book of sales. Guys sold tons and millions of books, and that little thing went huge. She's coming on the show too, and she's got some powerful nuggets. She's the Sales in New York Minute. She's just right on the ball. And we have another guest coming on. I'm working out a deal and talking to her as I speak, right on her show as we look at. And I'm going to do one more interview to close off the day. And that is going to be with Satish, the CEO of Think and Grow Rich.
Love it, love it, love it. So see, this is why I told you guys you wanted to be on this broadcast. You wanted to take notes, because right after this broadcast, and he broke it here first, but right after this broadcast, he's going over with Satish, who is from the Think and Grow Rich camp. He's going to have Bruce Servin, Mr. Mrs. Gilmore on. He's going to have a myriad of folks. So, Robert, before we begin to shut this thing down and get down to further business with the summit, let everybody know who the heavy hitters are. We know Les Brown's daughter, Serena Brown Travis, is going to be there. We know Bruce Servins is going to be there. We know that Raymond Aaron is going to be there. We know that so many magnificent people are going to be there. Armin Mormon is going to be there, and so many others. But run down the list really quick, and as you go ahead, get it together in your mind, because I know it's a lot of folks. I'm going to take a couple of comments. I want to say hey to Janelle Harris, the CEO of She Exists. She says, hey, tribe. Nita Bashir is here with us. Hey, how you doing? So we've got Florida all the way with us. We've got Atlanta, Georgia with us. We've got Ohio with us. We've got the Netherlands. We've got Australia. We've got a few places in Japan with us. We've got Columbus, Ohio. We've got so many people on here with us today. We've got Nigeria, Africa here with us. Oh my gracious. New Jersey, everybody is just streaming in. And I just want to thank you for coming on. But most importantly, remember, note takers are money makers. And we are about to wrap this thing up. And don't forget, we have an explosion of people here from Canada. We've got Ruth Verby, her husband. We've got just Miss Sanchez, the person that Rosemarie Sanchez, that the person I'm writing my book with. We've got BB on here. We've got Wilder Gomez. We've got so many folks on here. Mwah! Special love to Emma Jeffries, Taka Matadaya out of Japan. And just, oh, Marielle, all the way out of Australia. We love you. We love you. We love you. So as we wrap up, he's going to give you a 1-2 punch, let you know about the upcoming summit in June that's going to take place right here on Facebook Live. Okay. And you'll be able to stream it from YouTube. So don't forget that. The upcoming summit is called the Magnetic Entrepreneur COVID-19 Upcoming Summit. So make sure you tune in. And Robert, the stage is now yours. So let them know the final.
Okay, check this out. You know what? You guys think you knew everything that's going on. I held back. Here's what I'm going to tell you. I never know which number it's going to be. All right. I'm going to have my kids. All right. My kids, there's 800 or 900 tickets at the regular one. So the 900 tickets, all right, I'm going to have them pick maybe 100 tickets out of those. And you know what? The people that win that number will win a special prize. It might be something in the book. Maybe they can do a chapter. Maybe they can get into an upgrade. I don't know yet, right? You got to take that chance. It's $25 ticket. That's all you got to do. Maybe you get an upgrade to the $87 ticket for free. Who knows? Maybe you jump in the mastermind. Maybe you just get to do a one-on-one with me for an hour. It's hard to say what you're going to get. You just have to take that chance, buy that ticket. I want 1,000 people online, and it's not for me. It's for you guys. And the reason why is because of people I got bringing in. Raymond Ayer, New York Times bestselling author. Armin Morin, top strategist in the world. Serena Brown Travis, Les Brown's daughter. Laurier McNeil, she actually walked online with Think and Grow Rich and speaks on stages with them. Bruce Serbin, right? Straight Out Forward, 8-time media. We got Lotus Richeignites right here with no introduction, right? Jennifer Gillimore, sales in New York Minute. She's Jeffrey Gillimore's wife. I mean, that's a very common person, right? Tim Bird, international marketing messaging. There's me, Robert J. Moore, world record holder that's hosting it. Not only that, I get two special guests that I'm interviewing. I'm going to put the interview out there, and then one's Kyle Wilson, Jim Rohn's ex-business partner of 18 years. He could teach you strategies that you would never know. Not only that, we got another person. It's Satish, Think and Grow Rich CEO, right? So please get yourself a ticket, get yourself in there. If you choose the $87 one right off the bat, there's going to be special prizes in there too. You don't just leave out the ones behind and not the other. I'll probably pick 20 people out of that one there, the $87 one, and do special prizes there too. You never know what you're going to get though. Maybe you get a one-on-one coaching. Maybe you get a chapter in one of my books. But another thing is, do not forget, if you want to be in a chapter in a book, right now it's $97, not $1,500. And once that book's full, that's it, no more. So I got 10 spots left. Get in there. Let's go for it. Talk about COVID-19. Talk about what you went through, right? And you know what? You'll get a half hour of me on a call like this. So why not do it?
Exactly, because guess what? Fear is a choice. So what are you choosing? Are you choosing to be fearful, or are you going to focus on solutions and be encouraged and lead by example by stepping into your territory? So if you want to get some tickets to the broadcast, to the summit, contact me, inbox me. You can reach me and get your tickets. The tickets are starting at $25, and I'm gonna put it here for the first day. The tickets are starting at $25. Okay, $25 to. And if you're gonna do the 2-day, it's gonna be what's that cost on that, Robert?
$25 a tent.
Say that again.
I'm not up there. I'm just leaving $25 both days. Good
enough.
Oh,
okay.
So it's probably $half a day.
$25. So make sure you inbox me.
Into 2 copies.
And let me tell you something. We're not here to sell you anything. We're not here to sell you anything. We're here to show you how you can upbrand yourself. Because this is the thing. Smart people make smart moves. Smart people make smart moves. And I know each and every one of you out there are smart, and you know smart people. So this is what we're also helping you to do. If you want to be an affiliate of the upcoming Magnetic Entrepreneur COVID-19 Summit, you also can become, guess what? an affiliate of the summit and also make money, because we want to help you help yourself ignite and take flight. We want to help you up brand. We want to also help you to expand your territory and expand your growth and your finance. We want to help you focus on solutions and not just stand by waiting for things to happen. So with that being said, I want to thank you. I appreciate you. I love you and I adore you. Make sure you hit me up because I'm looking to help you up. So this is how you can reach me. Email me at lotusricheignites@gmail.com and let me know that you want your ticket to the upcoming summit. And if you want to be in his new upcoming book, his upcoming book is called COVID-19, The Lockdown. Make sure you inbox me and we'll get you involved with the book. But you got to inbox me. You got to inbox me for the ticket and you got to inbox me for the upcoming book. Yeah, COVID-19, The Lockdown, with none other than Robert J. Moore. So with that being said, get at me. Get at me and get with me. That's right. Get at me and get with me at lotusricheignites@yahoo.com. I'm looking, or not yahoo.com, but at gmail.com. Lotusricheignites@gmail.com. I'm looking for you. I know I'm smart. I know I'm intelligent. I know I'm empowering. But guess what? That's because I'm surrounded by all of you. Because you're empowering. You're inspiring. You are intelligent. You make great choices and you move people into their territory. And I really thank you, because if you weren't in your territory, many others wouldn't be either. So, Robert, as we trickle down, could you give us your last thought? And we are about to ignite and take flight, Robert.
I mean, when you're looking at the situation, I mean, you got to think about the, other people in the situation too. This COVID is affecting everybody, not just you. So, what can we do to help you better yourself? That's why I'm keeping things cheap. It's cheap. It's $25. Get in with the $25. I'm spreading that money out, just not to me. It's my other businesses getting some, and Feed It Forward is too. They're going to feed the people that can't afford to have food. We can have potatoes and chips or whatever, and have a nice steak or a hamburger. Some of the people can't afford to have that.
Yep.
Right. So simply put, I give it to the people that can afford to make it for them, and then give it to them. So simply put, guys, you know what? Enhance your life. Join in, get some nuggets. You're sitting at home anyways. Why not? I mean, let's not watch TV. Watch the computer at the time, and even on your phone, whatever it may be. You know what? Get yourself in there, because you never know what you're going to hear. It might just change your life like that. The simplest thing, these people have proved to it. I've proved, all right? Lotus has proved things can change if you take the action. I call it a foundation. Secure your foundation, and you won't crumble on your way up when you're doing the wrong. All you do is learn those lessons.
That's
all right. Well, I look forward to seeing everybody there. And I like I said, tell your friends, tell your family members. $25. You can't go wrong. All it is a pack of donuts and a couple coffees.
That's the truth. So with that said, Robert, I thank you so much for being here. And I thank all of you for being so intelligent, so smart, but most of all, so loving and caring, that you share this wonderful positive energy with people to help them upbrand themselves, because we never know what somebody's going through or what they need to help upbrand themselves. And for those of you that's out there that need one-on-one coaching, that you need training, you're trying to upbrand your business and upbrand your life, just inbox me at lotusricheignites@gmail.com. I know, Yahoo! Right? But hit me up at lotusricheignites@gmail.com for my one-on-one coaching, my positive and informative upcoming online book. You're going to love it. I know you're going to love it, but it's going to inspire you and take you higher and help you to ignite and take flight. So with that being said, we love you. Have a great day and take care. And let me try to play this for you as we exit. Here we go. Enjoy, folks. See the video. See the video.
See it? I'm waiting for it. Do you see it?
You don't see the video?
Yeah. No.
premiumbeat.com.
I'm not sure why that thing didn't go.
It came in towards the end.